Hello and welcome to my Let's Play of Star Trek Online. I'm the Big B82 and this is part 6 of my Discovery Era Science Officer, and we're about to undertake the first mission in the Klingon War Arc and our first mission here in the 25th century. Before I go at the mission, I'll just go over what we've done. So we are in the Nova Class refit, which is the Rhode Island class. Although I have not made it look like the Rhode Island. So we are flying the USS Solstice, an actual Nova class starship, the USS Solstice NCC 73526. I have upgraded everything I can, so we now have 25th century weaponry. I decided to bring along some quantum old school torpedoes, just for the time, just for nostalgia reasons, but I will replace them with some quants later. Got ourselves, because it's an actual Scottish science vessel, we have an inhibiting secondary deflector, which boosts our exotic particle generation, which is what we want, which we're going to be throwing out anomalies and stuff. It's also boosting it as well. Also have the photonic displacer, which comes with the refit. It makes a copy of our ship for 15 seconds. That means we don't get targeted. And some engineering consoles as well. Also updated our uniform, so there it is. We are now donning the I think it's the Jupiter 4 uniform set. So there's my character, Caroline Fletcher, who's my tactical officer. Evelyn is my first officer. Sorry, Evelyn is tactical officer and first officer. Caroline Fletcher is chief of security. Ian is now designated as the chief medical officer. The cyborg is currently temping as a science officer, and Lieutenant Tomov is the chief engineer, and we have Ensign Sophia here, who is just a character you probably will never see again. So I'm going to help for the mission, and then we're going to do my captain's log, and then we shall get this show on the road.
We have a diplomatic mission for you. An important Vulcan ambassador is traveling from his homeworld to the monastery at Pajem. Capturing the ambassador would be a major coup for the Klingons or Orions, so we're assigning you to make sure everything goes smoothly. You are to escort Ambassador Soketh to Pajem. Please meet him at Vulcan. Once you locate him, speak with him about the transport mission. Do whatever is necessary to keep him safe.
Aye, Admiral.
You are now in sector space. Here ships travel at warp speed between systems. Combat does not take place in sector space.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so let's enter the Vulcan system. Right, before I talk as him, let's do my captain's log. So captain's log, Stardate 8608.7.22. It is strange. It's only arrived in the 25th century, but I'm still a Starfleet officer. While I wait for Jarula, Commander's given me an easy shuttle run, taking the Vulcan ambassador to Pajem. It'll be a good shakedown for my new ship, the Nova Class USS Solstice. Okay, so let's get the show on the road. So Ian, Captain, we have arrived at the Vulcan system. I took the liberty of contacting Ambassador's aide when we arrived. The Peller says that the ambassador's certain agreements that he prefers when travelling. She would like to go over with them with you. Would you like me to put her on the main view screen? Put her on screen.
Greetings. Thank you for agreeing to escort the ambassador to Pajem. Ambassador Soketh is currently attending a ritual to honor the end of the Kalrek holiday. He will be done soon, but the ambassador is hesitant to use transporter technology. His bias against the transporters is not logical, but I have come to accept it. I believe that Soket would be much more comfortable traveling by shuttlecraft. I have received clearance for you to land near the ambassador's location. I look forward to meeting you in person.
And you as well, Tabella. So we've got a board in the shuttle. I was going to say, probably nothing constructive. We're ready to land on Vulcan, sir. When you're ready to make our final approach, let me know. So this is the shuttlecraft from the 25th century, which looks more like a bloody roundabout. And why are there no stars? Okay, let's land the shuttle.
Starfleet shuttlecraft. This is Vulcan Orbital Control. You are cleared to land at the requested coordinates. Welcome to Vulcan. Please enjoy your stay.
Now there was a funny bug. Captain, the ambassador and his aide are waiting for you at the top of the temple at the top of the rise. You can speak with them there and find out if the ambassador needs anything else from us before we depart for the gem. Now, there was a funny bug back in the day that the shuttle was shrunk. So when you landed, it's a tiny little thing. It's like, what the hell's going on here? And suddenly when you load it up, it's like bang, giant, full size. Over here, I'm going for is some things, but this is Vulcan is an active area, so you can come here at any time you wish. And here is the memorial. This is the memorial to Leonard Nimoy and Spock. You can. This is an actually a social area, so you can come here at any time you wish to come and pay your respects to the late Leonard Nimoy. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to go and get some crafting materials. Crafting materials are these little guys here. You saw them briefly in these. You got them on the ground and in space. You need them to do to make crafting in this game, and you push left on the D-pad on the PlayStation, and I'm pretty sure it's the same on the Xbox. And it lets you know where the location is of the next lot. And it looks like we've got some more foreign gas. Now, at any time you wish, you go, you know what, I want to have a break from the mission or whatever. As long as you're not in a red alert state, just come over here and then just abort mission, and you'll be back up into sector space. Puts the mission basically on hold, and then you can just come back to it anytime you want. Now I'm donning 2 pistols, as well as the my rifle, which I've got, my sniper rifle. Kits I'm using a nanite health monitor, which will cure me, a sonic pulse, which does damage to enemies near us. Also got a medical tricorder for healing, a biodynamic sweep to get rid of any toxic damage that we receive, and a hyperonic radiation to do some more damage. No, it's not with that. Captain, Ambassador Circus A. Tapella has requested you meet her at the top. Meet her before speaking with the ambassador. So let's speak with A. Tapella. Look at the Vulcan. Captain, I regret to inform you that we have come to an impasse in completing your mission. Allow me to explain. As you know, Pajem is sacred to the Vulcan people, and access to it is strictly prohibited. Ordinarily, this would not present any difficulty, but Savin, the leader of the order that maintains the monastery, has chosen this moment to illogically refuse to grant Ambassador Sokas permission to meet with the Abbot at Pajem. This is most abnormal. Can this trip wait until Savin changes his mind? The ambassador has considered going to the council to request that they overrule Savin, but the process will take time that he simply does not have. If the ambassador is unable to complete his journey to Pajem now, he will have to delay until after the trade conference at Caldine is complete, and that could take weeks. Wonder why Savin won't grant the ambassador's permission. The ambassador, I'm afraid, has spent too much time off-world. I have seen it change him. His interactions with other species has grown easier over the years, but our own people have become more challenging for him to deal with. Perhaps you could speak with Savin. I know he has a great deal of respect for Starfleet, and he might be easier to time. You might have an easier time than he has in convincing him to grant the ambassador's request. I'll speak with Savin. Let's speak with the High Priest.
Peace and long life. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Sarketh says you won't permit him to visit Pajem.
Sarketh accuses me of abandoning logic, but he is the one refusing to explain his reasons for wanting to go to Pajem. The planet is sacred. Our ancestors walked those paths. They found understanding and serenity in its quiet. When I am at Pajem, I feel more at peace than any place else in the galaxy. Pajem has been touched by outside influences in the past. The Federation is at war. Now more than any other time, we must protect this refuge. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Why do the Vulcans restrict access to Pajem?
Many years ago, Pajem was used for political purposes. Technology used to spy on the Andorians was hidden beneath the sacred sanctuary. It should never have happened. Buildings that had stood for 12 centuries were destroyed because we allowed politics and war in a place where there should only be logic and contemplative thought. When the monastery was rebuilt, we pledged to keep it safe from the cares of the galaxy. Only those who seek peace may enter. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
The Vulcan people have monasteries.
Even a people who reject emotion require peace and contemplation. We are a spiritual people. Our rituals guide us throughout our lives. Vulcans who choose a life of study and isolation, as the monks at Pajem have done, help us maintain our connection with our ancestors. The monk's study of Sirach's words in the Kirshara give us all a greater understanding of who we are and who we should strive to be.
Yeah, I know the Pajem got destroyed. That was in Enterprise. That was the introduction of Captain Shran.
Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Tell me more about Sirach.
Centuries ago, the Vulcans were creatures of emotion. We fought one another in a series of wars that devastated our planet. Our species was on the brink of annihilation. Sirach taught us to embrace peace and to put aside our emotions in favor of logic. Sirach ushered in a time of awakening on Vulcan. His writings, the Kirshara, shaped all that we are. Without Sirach, the Vulcans you know would not exist.
There's also when the Romulans split from the Vulcans because they refused to accept the teaching of Sirach and the Kirshara. and left under the wings of the Raptor star.
Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Don't you trust Ambassador Soketh?
I neither trust him nor distrust the ambassador. I simply do not understand him. He will not reveal his reasons for wishing to speak to the abbot, and has refused a mind meld with me. Normally I could respect his privacy, but other things I have heard trouble me. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Tell me about what you have heard.
Soketh has spent more and more time away from Vulcan in recent years, and seems ill at ease in what was once his home. Tapella admits he has changed in the past few months. He spends hours closeted in his study, and does not share meals with his staff as he used to. Tapella says that the stress of the war with the Klingon Empire is taking its toll. She hopes the peace of Pajem will restore him. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
What if the abbot agrees to speak with Soketh via subspace?
The monks do not use any unnecessary technology. Even replicators are not permitted on Pajem. There is a communications array available to the monks for emergencies. Soketh's request does not qualify. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Is there any way I can persuade you to allow Soketh to visit Pajem?
I will permit it if you will pledge to me, on your honor as a Starfleet officer, that you will protect Pajem from harm. Soketh says his reasons for wanting to speak to the abbot are private. I will accept that, but only if you are with him. I know I can trust Starfleet. Please, protect Pajem from any who would violate its sanctity.
Okay, he's going to speak with the ambassador.
Welcome to Vulcan. Do you have any questions?
We can ask him about Pajem. We already know about Pajem. His business, he's just going to, I think he'll just brush us off. What's your business you have in Pajem?
My business is my own. If you must know more, I require a meeting with the abbot. He will not use subspace communications. So if I am to receive his counsel, I need to meet with him directly. Do you have any questions?
I've spoken to Scavin. We can leave for Pajem now.
Excellent. Our departure has been delayed long enough by the whims of one man. I am prepared for the journey and can leave immediately.
Let's go. Tapella, attend to the matter that we were discussing earlier. I'm leaving with the captain to board the shuttle. Peace and long life. Yes, Ambassador, have a safe journey. Live long and prosper. Lead on, Captain. My business. Okay. Let's take the captain. Let's take the ambassador down to the shuttle and get on our way to Pajem. He doesn't need to be with us anyway, so it's spoiled shot.
Starfleet shuttlecraft, we have logged your flight trajectory, and you are cleared for departure. Live long and prosper.
Thank you, Vulcan Control. Let's return to the bridge. Ambassador Soketh has retired to his quarters, Captain. We can leave the system whenever you like. Let's depart the system. Some 25th century Starfleet characters there. Players with their using their Mirandas. So Deploy the course on this game is pretty easy. You can come up here, you press the touchpad, and then you flick it over. It normally tells you where you got to go, and you just click on the system, and then it's simple as that. And now we're travelling at warp. But always go for the named planet, otherwise it won't work. So let's begin diplomatic orders. Sir, I'm picking up unusual energy readings in this system. We should scan the system before we can take the ambassador to the surface. Agree to census on maximum.
Scanning in progress.
Klingon ships decloaking, sir. Oh, freaking joy.
This is Captain Katak to all Klingon vessels. Target their warp drive. There will be no escaping our vengeance this time.
Captain, we're being held by the Klingons. On screen.
Cease your fire, Captain. Perhaps today is a day for words. My fellow captains were blinded by our vengeance toward the shapeshifter aboard your vessel. They have died with honor. But if I am to die this day, then I would prefer to regale the halls of Stovokor with the tale of that foul creature's death.
I didn't realise that Katak was also got a character update. Shapeshifter.
Ha! So even the mighty Federation has been fooled by the beast. Your guest from Vulcan is not as he or she seems, Captain. They are an Undine. They put on a false face and try to control us. But we Klingons know better. We will hunt them down until the last of these honorless dogs dies screaming.
An Undine. Have you any proof?
Proof? Pah! Allow me to stick a blade in its belly while I look it in the eye while it dies. That should be proof enough, even for Starfleet.
I'll take that into consideration.
If you wish the honor of the kill yourself, then it is yours to have. So long as the Undine dies, I will meet my death with eyes wide open and victory in my heart. I await your decision. Close hailing frequencies.
Consult my bridge officers. Okay. So let's speak with my bridge officers. So let's speak with Captain. Sensor scans indicate the Klingon vessel's warp drive shields and weapon systems are all offline. I don't even think they have impulse power. Whatever you decide to do, they really do not have much. They can't really do much about it. Consult with science. He's not actually my science officer, he's my chief medical officer, but we'll do. The Undine are a species that were first encountered by the crew of the USS Voyager. They catalogued them as species 8472. As the Klingon commander indicated, they are indeed capable of changing shape. Additionally, they possess telepathic abilities that aid them in infiltrating the cultures of other species. So Ambassador Sokev could be one. I'm afraid that it's a conclusion that we cannot rule out, Captain. I could conduct a test to determine if the ambassador is who he claims to be. Unfortunately, that would violate his ambassadorial immunity. Klingon vessels waiting for your response, Captain. To speak with Tactical. The Undine are physically superior to humans and consider anyone from our dimension to be inferior life form. Their vessels are more than a match for the Borg. They represent a great threat to the Starfleet. Where is Ambassador Sokev now? The Ambassador is still in his quarters, sir. I recommend standing a security detail to detain the Ambassador until we are certain of his identity. A sound precaution. agreed. And then let's speak with engineering. The Undine come from a dimension known as fluidic space. They use quantum singularities to move from into our realms. I'm afraid much of their technology still remains a mystery to us, but one thing is certain, it is not to be underestimated. So why use a Starfleet vessel? I can't say, Captain, but as an Undine are virtually unknown in the Beta Quadrant, my guess is that they're aiming to conceal their presence here. And the Klingons? What the Klingons are both are saying could be true, Captain. If the Undine are in the Beta Quadrant, it might be just that the Klingons sniffed them out before us. In this case, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Klingon vessel is waiting in response, Captain. Call the ambassador to the bridge and open the channel to the Klingon vessel. Let's settle this.
My patience is growing thin, Captain. If you lack the stomach to slay the beast aboard your vessel, then any Klingon here would gladly do it for you. I'd hate for you to stain that pretty Starfleet uniform with Undine blood.
Very generous, but unnecessary.
Then the beast is slain? Makar! Very good. Perhaps you've the heart of a warrior after all. Let me look upon our enemy, and tonight we will dine together as warriors and drink to the honored dead.
I present Ambassador Sokev.
Captain, I take my meditations very seriously. Why have I been summoned to the bridge?
Accused, meet your accuser.
Alive? You're a fool, Captain! Strike now before it's too late!
Not without proof to care.
You want proof? Then lower your shields and allow me to beam over. Once the Undine's blood coats my blade, you'll see it for what it truly is. A Grint hound in Tark's clothing.
Ambassador, allow me to explain.
There's no need, Captain. The situation is not difficult to unravel. My concern lies in the logic of you entertaining this Klingon's meritless claim.
Meritorious, but not unreasonable.
A most illogical conclusion. Allow us to examine the facts, Captain. You have a crippled Klingon vessel, whose captain has made unsubstantiated claims that I am an Undine, a species that is known to both the Federation and the Klingon Empire as a considerable threat.
Thus a reasonable consideration.
Potentially, but only if a great many other factors were to be true. Is it not much more likely that the Klingons have, in the face of defeat, instead sought to exploit Starfleet's desire for peaceful resolutions to conflict in order to repair their vessel and renew their assault?
Status of the Klingon vessel. Weapons inoperable. Warp drive is still offline. Wait. Undetecting an energy surge. They're engaging a cloaking device. Red alert, lock weapons.
A true warrior strikes without mercy, Captain. I only hope to teach you this lesson personally before the Undine does. We may not be able to best your vessel, but a Klingon knows many roads to victory. The beast may have evaded my vengeance for now, but I can still ruin its plans here at Pajem.
Fire. We've lost them on sensors, Captain. They're gone. Scan the area. Captain, I'm detecting energy signatures on Pajem's surface. They're in the vicinity of the monastery. They appear to be transporter signals. Life signs indicate they are Klingon. I'm taking the away team down. Captain, shall I accompany Yo? No, it is too dangerous.
A wise precaution. Though I admit I am eager to see my people safe, I will await word until the monastery is secured. And Captain, let not my journey here be for naught.
Waiting to transporter room 1. I've lost contact. Yeah, I know.
A wise
And being down. The usual suspects. All updated. All rocking what weapons they have, but upgraded. Captain, we need to secure the area and then make our way towards the monastery, which is located at the top of the hill. I read in multiple Klingon patrols between us and the main building, sir. Recommend we proceed with caution. Stay alert. We may need to find the monks. I've never used pistols before. This could be interesting. Okay. Essentially, it's the same as a as a pistol, but it's more as a rifle, but more. It's nice to be different. This map used to be bigger, but they've cut the mission down substantially these days. I won't be fighting all those patrols. Are they going to turn around? Okay. Originally this was the very first meeting of Captain Bravat. But he speak with the abbot. Right, incoming message. Sir, we're receiving an alert from Vulcan. Tapella says that she must speak with you immediately. I'll patch her through to your tricorder.
I have terrible news. Vulcan security forces have discovered the body of Ambassador Soketh. They have determined that he was killed by a phaser blast at short range. His remains were discovered in a stasis chamber hidden in a cavern beneath the Ambassador's residence. The Ambassador on your ship, the one that I have been working for, is an imposter. You need to be very careful. This imposter was able to fool Soketh's closest associates for months. He is crafty and very patient. Now that he has been discovered, he will be dangerous.
Captain, security teams have reached Ambassador Soketh's quarters, but he's gone. They're searching the ship, but, sir, an unauthorized use of transport is detected. The Vulcan government has requested that the imposter Soketh be detained and returned to Vulcan for questioning. Sir, whomever used the transporter erased the logs, but I have a feeling that the imposter is on the planet's surface. I'm recommending we locate him immediately. We'll find him.
Such emotion on your face. I see now my deception has been exposed. Pity. Capturing the abbot so we could replace him as well would have been beneficial. But we are strong. We will prevail. You are weak, and the weak shall perish.
Going back into the 21st century now. before we go, take some uranium with us. Well, no, we can beam up. Recommend we return to the Solstice and search for the Undine ship. We need to find the Undine and take it back to Starfleet. Beam up. Captain, there's an Undine ship on an intercept course. Sir, the Solstice doesn't have the armament to handle an Undine attack. Starfleet reports that it's sending ships to assist us, but they're about 60 seconds out. We'll have to hold until the reinforcements get here, Captain. If we target their torpedoes, we might have a chance.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Oh, to be low level again. Oh, this is so painful. Downloading the data now, Captain. Incoming message. Incoming message from the USS Challenger, Captain Cartwright. Incoming message.
This is Captain LaForge of the USS Challenger. Glad to see we made it here in time to lend you a hand. Perhaps you'll return the favor someday. LaForge out.
We've recovered the final data transmissions from the Undine vessel, as well as samples of the organic material that was used to create the ship. We will need to get it all back to Starfleet intelligence. They may be able to decrypt the message and tell us more. Cool. Right, so let's take the mission.
The Ambassador was an Undine? I'm afraid their infiltration of the Federation goes much deeper than we realized. Who knows what kind of havoc they could create?
Indeed, sir. And there's Conti.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
You have a new power that can be set up to automatically be used. Press the L2 button to show your powers. Use the left stick to navigate this radial menu. Navigate to brace for impact. Press the R1 button to toggle between different auto-execute settings, and change when this power will automatically be used. This power will be used even if it is not set up for quick equip.
Thank you. Hello, Lieutenant Commander. I've heard of your recent accomplishments and would like to congratulate you. You're exactly the sort of captain Starfleet needs to example young officers here at the Academy. Please join me here on Earth to discuss some promising new officers. I look forward to speaking with you in person. So, I think I'll cover that. So, actually, I think I'll do is I'll cover that in the next part. Can we do it from here? No. To the right science officer. God, she's done. I can't really mock her. And you can transport straight back to Earth immediately.
I've received a report. There is a Bolian freighter that is...
Yeah, so what I'll do is I will cover the duty officer system at the start of the next part. And also go and rescue the SS Azor. So, until then, thank you very much for watching on the Big Beat 82. Please subscribe, comments are welcome, and I appreciate any thumbs up. And I will see you in part 7, Stranded in Space. Until then, ciao for now.